57 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Recon, 152 fighter.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Second and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The 30, 20, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there, 79 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. King on 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, King. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. King now, operating from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself a big...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. This one out quickly to Watkins. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
2nd and 6. Completes it to Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is fielded inside the 5. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Good job. Good job.
And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This will be taken in at the 1. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 43 yards. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it. So what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy, because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There was some trust in there. There was also some hope.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now King, off play action. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the 1st half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Back to throw. King. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the 1st half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 54 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
Come on.
Running right, Jones. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Man out.
To throw is King from the gun on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I got you, son. I got you.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 12-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Go! At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Single. Hey, watch
2nd and 11. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
He'll look to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 15. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Rosas good with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, it's Coleman. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. King got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 30, the 20, 10, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 89 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Here's King to throw on third down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
After the penalty, it's Jones. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check, 59. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Let's go. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
King on third down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds. The 4-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They will run again with Coleman. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. They'll drop the throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Coleman now. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
On the double. He's coming, 22's coming. Hey, double. Single.
They're going to look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? He put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Let's go, baby.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Coleman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 30, 10, touchdown Vikings. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be taken in at the 1. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. King now from the gun. He'll throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now King to throw again. He's going to wind up and air it out. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Go, go. Back 22, back 22. All right, here we go. Let's go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
2nd and 5. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the... And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Yeah, you're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Back to throw. King. He's going to this is caught inside the 15. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 40 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of 4. Brings up 3rd and goal.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. King. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Back to throw. King. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. To throw is King, operating from the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Here's King throwing on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now. No,
you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. King throwing on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin the drive with Coleman. They find some open field here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Coleman. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Coleman on the draw. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Vikings, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.